Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Brutus, and in today's video I'll be doing a weapon guide in Stranded Deep. This will be the ranged weapons only. I won't be doing the melee weapons. So first of all, let's start with the weakest spear, and this will be the fishing spear. I'll go over the range and then the damage. I won't be able to tell you guys what the damage is, but this is just for the fishing spear to be exact, and what it's good for. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to use the range, or I'm going to do the range first. I'm just going to aim at the bottom of that spear and throw the spear. As you guys can see, that's the range of the spear, and also the drop. It's not that good. The only purpose for this spear is fishing, as it keeps the fish at the end of the spear when you kill it. Just to easily get it off or get the fish in your inventory. The fishing spear is not good for fighting the bosses, as it doesn't do the amount of damage that you want spears to do. And to make that spear, you only need one stick, and that'll give you the ability to craft the fishing spear. So I'm just gonna throw another one at the bottom of that spear over there. As you guys can see, the range is pretty much the same. Okay, I'm gonna leave that spears over there just to compare the range. Now let's go on to the better spear. That will be the crude spear. Crude spear is good for hunting boar, and you can also kill snakes with it, but for fishing it's very bad, as it doesn't pick the fish up. Like if that's what it does. It just kills the fish, and the fish will go to the surface and just float. That's basically it. But if you want to hunt sharks with it, it's very good, as it does more damage than the fishing spear. So let's test the range of this spear. As you can see, that is a lot better. Well, not a lot, but it's still better than the fishing spear. And the damage it does is 20, and you can stack both of the spears 4 in one slot. For example, if you have 4 spears, they will go into one slot, but it's separate, so it's 4 crude spears and 4 fishing spears. You can't stack these 2 spears. Okay, let's go for the best spear then in the game. Oh, sorry, I forgot to mention the materials to craft a crude spear. That will also be just one stick, as it's very cheap to craft. So I'm just gonna throw this there as well. Like that. There we go. I think that's on the exact same spot. Yes, it's good. Okay, let's move on to the refined spear. The refined spear is not that cheap, but it does the most amount of damage if you compare the spears. I'm not sure if it does more damage than the Speargun, but I'm pretty sure it will, as the refined spear does 40 damage. That's twice the amount of the crude spear. And let's see, the Speargun does 20 damage. Okay, so this does a lot more damage. It does 40 damage, and the range on this, I hope it's very good, because this is the weapon you want to use for hunting or fighting the bosses, but it costs a lot to make. So as you can see, the range is about the same as the crude spear. Well, it's exactly the same, it's just this does a lot more damage. And to make a refined spear, you will need 1 stick, 1 stone, and 1 leather. And it can also stack 4 in one slot. Okay, so that is the 3 spears in the game, and I'll move on to the, I guess you can call it, better ranged weapons. That is the bow. I'm just gonna have to craft a bow quickly, and also one of the arrows. So see, there's the bow. Craft bow, you need 1 stick and also 1 lashing. So I'm just gonna get a stick and lashing. There's a stick. Let me just take another stick to build the arrow as well. There's the sticks that I need, and let's get the lashing. There's the lashing. So now I'll be able to craft the crude bow. This is how it looks like. Okay, let's see what you need to craft the arrows for it. Okay, so that's 1 stick and 1 stone tool. That is not that expensive, but I'm guessing you don't want to use this if you can use the refined spears. Okay, so let's just craft a arrow quickly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stand by this plant and test the range. This the bow damage is 20, and you can stack the arrows up to 24 in one slot, and that's very good. Okay, so I'm just going to aim at the bottom of the spear down there, shoot it. So that's instant fire as well, and as you can see, the range is a lot better than the spears, but the damage is less than the refined spear, and this also costs a lot to make, but it's cheaper than the spear gun, because the spear gun you need to find something first. But as you can see, there's the arrow. It's easy to make and it's easy to use as well. And now we can just move on to the, what I would say, the best ranged weapon, but it doesn't do that amount of damage that you deal when you fight the boss. So this is the spear gun. Let's go over the crafting first. So to craft a spear gun, you will need, that is 1 leather, 1 duct tape, 2 sticks, and an air tank. The air tank and duct tape you have to find, but the leather and the sticks you can just basically get from scratch. And now to make the arrows that I forgot to mention, let's see what you need to make the spear gun arrows. So there's the spear gun arrow. That is 1 lashing and 1 stick. It can get expensive, but it's still cheaper than the arrows if you go and look at it, because lashings you can get back, but the stones you can't get back. Okay, so let's test the range out. Okay, so I'm just gonna use the torch there, and as you can see, that is further than the arrow. So this will be the best weapon for ranged, and if you don't want range, you can use a fishing spear, but I prefer using crude spear as it does more, well, it does the same damage, but it's the range is a lot better than the fishing spear. And then, well, I would always prefer the spear gun or refined spear if you want to go hunting the bosses. If you want to fight sharks, you can just use a crude spear, and if you want to hunt animals, I guess the arrow or even the normal crude spear will be your best option. But don't use the fishing spear unless you go fishing. But that's basically the ranged weapons in the game. And if you guys want to see me fight the Megalodon, I will post a video on that further into the future. But I just need to get the amount of refined spears and everything to go and fight the boss. But for now, I'll just stick to making more of the required tutorials just to get the survival up and running, and get you guys survived. Okay, so the reason why I say the spear gun ammo is the best to make between the arrow and the spear is because, as I said, the rocks is limited. If your island's rocks are done, it's done. There's no getting more rocks. But if the lashing's done, you can just come to a yucca plant, chop it off, you'll get fibrous leaves so you can make lashing, or you can even get the young palm trees. You can just chop it up and you get more lashing. The sticks you can find everywhere. There's sticks all over the map, and if you have a certain tree on your island, you can just wait for it to regrow, chop it up, regrow, chop it up, so you can get a lot of spear gun ammo. And now it's for the crude spear. The crude spear is very good if you want to go fight the boss. You're gonna lose that spears, but it's worth it. It'll help you out so much, as it does double the amount of damage than any other ranged weapon in the game does. And the fishing spear, I would not prefer, or I would not suggest it to go fight the megalodon, but I would suggest the crude spear instead. And if you want to fight the normal sharks just around your island, you can use the crude spear or even the fishing spear, as both will work. You'll just need a lot more. But that will be it for today's tutorial, guys. If you guys enjoyed the video, please make sure to like this video, comment, share and subscribe to my channel. If you're new around here, I do try to post daily videos on the channel, but sometimes it's hard because the internet is not always at its best and I just killed a bat. So you guys have to give me a subscribe for killing this poor bat. Well, not for killing the poor bat, but the accuracy I had out there just to kill the bat was really good. Okay, but that will be it for today's tutorial, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, please make sure to subscribe to my channel for more and like the video if you enjoyed this tutorial. Thank you guys for watching. I hope to see you in the next video.